What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Father Son Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Paul.
My name is Justin, and Dad, week 3, we have one more game left. This is recording it before the Monday Night Football game, but week 3 was a very weird week, and I mean, don't want to overreact to this week. That's my main takeaway, is I'm not going to overreact to this week, but it was very weird.
All I got to say is Buffalo Bills. What happened?
Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. Josh Allen with that hurdle was insane. I mean, I don't know what happened.
I don't think anyone's seen that. I don't think anyone's seen that coming.
No, we'll
talk about that more tomorrow.
Yeah, then the next episode you guys hear. But today is a waiver wire episode, so we're going to get right into it for you guys. If you guys are new, please subscribe. We have 3 episodes a week during the season, and I'm on Twitter at JustinFSFF, and the podcast Twitter's at FatherSonFF. Follow you back there, so any questions you have, just tweet them at me, and we'll get there. But waiver wire, Dad. QBs. We'll start off quick with QBs. A couple of them I'm looking at. Blake Bortles. I recommend him as my starter of the week. He did awful. That game against Tennessee was just awful. But he does face the Jets, who Baker Mayfield just did look really good against. So I like Blake Bortles, and he also has the Chiefs the week after that. So a nice little 2 matchups there. So I like Blake Bortles still, even though he did it really bad this week. Andy Dalton, he's 33% owned. I think he's a good pick. And then Baker Mayfield. Those are my 3.
You got it, yeah. Baker Mayfield.
Those are my 3.
I mean, if you go back to the tape, people cannot say that Mayfield is not exciting. He was exciting getting out there.
This is coming from you.
He electrified those fans. The place went nuts when he came in the game.
It's coming from you. This is coming from my dad, who is not like Baker Mayfield, not a Baker Mayfield fan. But
I wasn't in the beginning, and I'm still not. But he was great for that team, great for that city. They finally got a win after however so many days.
You know, it was a long time, but finally got a win.
Here's a guy who barely practiced with the starters.
Yeah,
and he turned in a 200 plus yard stat. That's pretty good.
No touchdowns, so they'll come. He's also going against the Raiders this week. Eli Manning, I think another ad. They go against the Saints this week at home. Saints defense.
The Giants are week 1 they look great. Week 2 they look like crap, and then they look decent again this week.
We're gonna talk about it tomorrow, but not tomorrow. Yeah. We'll talk about it next episode. But Eric Flowers sat. That's why. But Eric Flowers bad. So those are the QBs. Anyone else you want to add that real quick for the viewers or anything like that?
If Ryan Tannehill still
Ryan
available?
Tannehill has ran for at least 25 yards each game so far. I think he's a nice little sneaky ad.
You hate to lean on him for fantasy points, but at the very least, you can't deny he has a deep receiving core. So he could be out there available in most leagues if he is. Pick him up.
I mean, yeah, you're in 10 team leagues. I mean, I wouldn't pick him up if you have like one of the elite guys, but for streaming appeal, I think that Eli Manning is a good choice, and so is Baker, and so is the guy we're talking about, Blake Bortles. I mean, Andy Dalton. But that depends what the league you're in. If you're in deep league, then Tannehill is definitely a great ad, especially in the 2 quarterback leagues and stuff like that. So running backs, Dad. More running backs. This week was really weird. I'm not overreacting, but Javorius Allen, if he is available, please pick him up. He's been getting more snaps each week and looks to be splitting goal line work with Alex Collins, who Alex Collins also looked good, but Javorius Allen keeps getting work. 10 points every week in PBR, at least.
He didn't get as many carries as Collins, but he did find the end zone twice. So as a touchdown-dependent running back, at least he can provide bye-week replacement or whatever. Who knows what's going to happen in that backfield, but both of them guys are doing pretty good.
Yeah, no. And then another guy, running backs are slim here, I think, if they're not really already owned in your league. But I think Nyheim Hines, he followed up the 9-target game with a 12.2 week 1 and the 1-target disappointment week 2, and he came back around week 3. So he had 43 yards on 5 passes. And didn't look sexy, but right there, those 43 yards and 5 passes, that's 9.3 points, which is more than other guys get you. Marlon Mack, I guess you can also add speculative. And then I saw this on ESPN, and 60% of leagues, Kerryon Johnson is owned. So if he is available in your league, pick this dude up.
We'll talk about him tomorrow, but he finally had over 100 yards.
First rusher
finally, they're using
since
him.
2013. Yeah, I mean, they're not even using him that much. They got to use him more. They got to feature this guy.
They will. Maybe they will after that game.
He's good.
How about Wendell Smallwood? He might still be available. I think Ajayi and Sproles is coming back, but if you want to stash him on your bench,
I wouldn't pick him up. My whole thing is because if Ajayi does come back, then he's behind Ajayi and Clement. He was still behind Clement, and he did put up a good performance. But if you're in a deep league, then I like that. But I think most viewers here are 10 team leagues and 12 team leagues with shallow benches. So I wouldn't burn a bench spot. But it's a good a good pickup though.
Another guy maybe is Ronald Jones if he's available. Because
we just
Barber can't sustain. He is.
Oh yeah, it's another healthy scratch. I mean, but
right.
He's good. I like him as a bench stuff.
Peyton Barber can't sustain anything on the ground, and eventually they're going to have to run the ball a little more. Right now they're doing a lot with Fitzpatrick, which is great to see, but they're kind of shying away from the running game. But I don't. Barber hasn't really done anything this year,
Nah.
so Ronald Jones might be a guy to stash away.
Quick question. What would you do if Le'Veon Bell got traded to the Bucks?
I would jump for joy because I need Le'Veon Bell to start playing because I'm getting crushed. I got crushed again in the subscriber league. We'll talk about that
I
again
won.
too.
But my team didn't perform well, but I won. All right, and then before we get into wide receivers, guys, I played DraftKings this week, and I actually placed sixth place out of 1,800 people. Thanks to the Quant Edge, who's our sponsor. I used it, so it does. If you're tired of getting crushed by the pros, DFS players, and sports bettors, thequantedge.com, it has the tools you guys need to play like a pro. So I use their lineup optimizer, their injury tool, their wide receiver cornerback matchups, the head-to-head tool, and you're gonna be armed with everything you need to win. You can make up to 150 lineups in seconds. You can see matchups to exploit, compare players to make your decision that you're on the fence about at thequantedge.com. You also get exclusive access to the industry experts, articles, podcast, and the TQE community by participating in the premium membership chat. So we here at Father Son Fantasy Football have a special deal for our loyal listeners. And when you guys are at checkout, use the promo code FSFF. That's 4 letters. You can capitalize them. You don't have to. And you get $10 off your first month. So you use that money to play in DraftKings or FanDuel, and you win some money. So go to thequantedge.com and sign up today. I used one of Elliott's articles on there to make a lineup that consisted of Drew Brees and Kamara and Michael Thomas, and then we had Sam Lane on our show on Friday for Saturday Start Sits, and he said something about Calvin Ridley, so I said, hey, I'll throw Calvin Ridley in there. So those guys, breezing Ridley alone just helps you out. So
what a game Ridley had too.
Ridley there. So let's talk about wide receivers to add. Ridley, he's 43% owned. Adam at $17. I would put like about 20% of your waiver budget in for this guy. I think he's gonna have a role going forward. I don't think every game's gonna be a shootout like this, but he's definitely worth an add. So he has many touchdowns as Julio Jones had last year. Another guy I want to add, Tyler Boyd, still available in
Tyler
leagues.
Boyd,
looks
yep.
to have consistent.
Boyd.
I saw a stat.
Looks like.
Go on.
Looks like he's going to be the number 2 there.
Yeah, I think he's number 2. I also saw a stat. Now AJ Green.
Everybody thought it was John Ross or Eifert, but
John Ross looks bad. And then
Boyd is the guy to own there.
AJ Green. Went down with the injury, and they're still not releasing any information about it. They declined to release any information, so that's not a good sign. So Tyler Boyd could be a big pickup, and he could be a wide receiver 2 territory if Green is to miss time, but he is wide receiver 3 right now, I believe. I saw a stat before week 2 that the most target receiver on each team went under pressure, and I was shocked to see Tyler Boyd ahead of AJ Green for Andy Dalton. So that's a good sign going forward. Mike Williams. How about Mike Williams? He's 56% owned.
Williams, yeah.
He's available. Please get him. He's looking good, and we said last week how Galladay was only 50% owned. I wanted to get up to 80%. He's at 82% owned, but if he's still available in your 18% of leagues, if you're in one of those leagues, please pick him up. He's gonna have a role going forward. I can see all 3 wide receivers for Detroit having over 1,000 yards. They're all looking good. Antonio Callaway, I think he's number 2 now. I definitely pick him up. I put in a decent amount on. What about Jordy Nelson? I know Jordy Nelson went off, but I think it was just a 1-game slump. Like
I don't know. He looked pretty quick yesterday.
Still got not really. He got caught on those 2 long ones. I was shocked. If he was quick, he'd run away. But like he was quick for an old guy. I'll give him that.
Yes, he had a great game for a guy his age. That was fantastic. That was good to see.
Yeah, it was good to see. What I would actually try doing is I'm not adding him in any league, but what I would maybe do if you have waiver dollars is pick him up and then try to trade him. That's what I like to do sometimes with my waiver wire picks. I was able to snag Antonio Callaway last week and then trade him away for Alex Collins. I don't know why the guy did that, but I'll take it. Not gonna get every trade like that in every league, but you could probably put Jordy Nelson and someone else who did decent this week, and for a good player possibly who played poorly. It's possible. It doesn't hurt to shoot those offers out there. Geronimo Allison's another guy. I think he's getting increased work each week, and he's worth a look. Didn't see as many passes, but he scored a long touchdown. And then Christian Kirk.
Oh, there's a guy, Josh Rosen.
You sound like Joe Buck when he's announcing. Here's a guy. Go ahead.
He should be starting now instead of Bradford, which I think is good for Arizona. Give the guy a shot because Bradford looks terrible.
Oh, we're going to talk about this in the next episode, but oh my goodness, do I want to hurt Mike McCoy, whoever the coach is. I forget the name's McCoy. What are they doing with David Johnson? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. So listen, did you ever think you'd see the day where a rookie would have more than 3 times as many targets as Larry Fitzgerald?
That's because the coaching staff is an idiot, and hopefully
I'm just saying, here's a guy, he's getting a lot of targets, so he's a guy to pick up.
Yeah, he's a good guy to pick up. Another guy I'll quickly just throw out there for, like, I guess, a cheap little target guy is Taylor Gabriel. He's not getting a lot of yards, but he has 22 targets, and I think that's pretty good. And volume equals opportunity. So those are guys, but the main ones, like you said, is definitely Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, and Antonio Callaway, and Allison. So tight ends, Dad, another crappy position. You saw Gronk finish at the top.
Tight ends are just.
I don't know what to say here. You're hoping for a touchdown, but people did drop Jack Doyle last week, and I think he's only owned 54% of leagues, so you pick him up. I think he's going to be great. You saw Ebron. I lost that bet to you with Jimmy Graham barely. They both did awful. Like, let's just say that they both did awful.
Jimmy Graham did terrible again. Like, my love for Jimmy Graham, he did terrible. But I did win that bet.
It was like 8.6. It was like 8.6 to 9.5.
About that more.
Tight end position this year is disgusting.
It is.
It's not looking pretty. Eifert did look good in the go. He has 674 lines, so 6 catches for 74 yards. And AJ Green, like I said, if he's out, I think he goes to number 2 behind Boyd. So I think Eifert's a decent pickup. And then I'm not looking at anyone else, like Ben Watson maybe. I think he has a permanent place on this list.
Ricky Seals-Jones maybe if he's available.
Maybe. I mean, it's really ugly. If you're struggling that hard, I think you got to trade. Will Dissly did not do anything. I was happy about that. My sit doesn't look to be anything. Van Nett had more targets.
Austin Hooper would be a good guy to pick up if he's available.
I picked him up. It's just an ugly position. I wish you had to start at tight end, but that's the waiver wire episode, I think, this week. I mean, any other tight ends you want to add, Dad?
No, there's really nobody. I mean, that's doing anything.
Yeah, short and precise. We had another bet.
Even a lot of the top guys aren't doing that.
The only people who are performing is Ertz and Kels, and other than that, Olsen got injured, Walker got injured, Rudolph is awful, Jimmy Graham, he's doing decent, I guess, compared to other people somehow, and then Burton, nothing.
I need him to start getting
Jordan
some
Reed
touchdowns.
Looks good though. I'll get that.
Jordan Reed looks good, but
and then
they're not getting touchdowns. So.
We had another bet. It was Deshaun Jackson and Keelan Cole, right?
No, Deshaun Jackson over Allen Robinson.
Oh, well, Allen Robinson only like 9 points. That game.
Right, so I should win that game.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to win all these bets.
Honestly, this week you made it. This week 3 has been rough for me outside of DraftKings in all my leagues. This is not good. Week 3, like I said in the beginning of this episode, really weird week. But what were you gonna say?
We also bet. I got Fitzpatrick over Jimmy G, which he went out. So
let's talk about that.
I made a double bet there with Ben or Jimmy G. I took Fitzpatrick over both of them.
All right, I'm also do the Jimmy G's out for the year, unfortunately.
I know.
There goes the starting quarterback, and then McKinnon earlier in the same year. So I mean, it'd be a situation worth to monitor for who the quarterback is if you're in deep leagues. And then Bart, our friend Bart,
quarterback there now.
They're gonna try out like Tom Savage, but it's still CJ Beathard, so whatever his name is. But Bart made a suggestion to give the viewers like 1 or 2 deep dynasty pickups real quick. So I'll do that. Chris Conley, I think he's really athletic, and he may not get a lot of targets in this offense, but he's a free agent next year. So I definitely go see if you can get him on the cheap. And then Jakeem Grant is also pretty cheap, and if he's still available, I picked him up in a couple of my dynasty leagues, and he looks good. So those are 2 wide receivers I'm looking to get, and then running back with my Android touching, I'm looking at wide receivers this week. So those are 2 deep dynasty pickups. You got Chris Conley and Jakeem Grant, who Jakeem Grant I think is also worth a pickup in these leagues here too. He's been getting targets, but his big play potential is mainly a big thing. So I wouldn't really go too ham for his cost.
Well, let's talk a little bit about tonight's game. What do you think is going to happen tonight? I think it's going to be high. I hope it's high scoring.
High scoring. I hope Big Ben goes off because I need him to go off in 2 leagues. So I hope he just goes off and does not throw to James Conner, and then we'll see. I like to see Juju do well. Deshaun Jackson. Do you think Deshaun Jackson's going to have another long touchdown over 50 yards? Yes or no? Or over 40 yards? I'll do 40. I say probably.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at this point,
yes.
so I'll lose the bets to you.
I need him in my Yahoo league. I'm down by 4 points, and I got Jackson going. He's got nobody.
But he's gonna get 4 targets at least, dude. This offense, the offensive coordinator.
This league is unfortunately non-PPR.
Oh, well, yeah.
So I need at least 40 yards.
Good luck.
Hey, all I need is 40 yards.
Yeah, man, that sums it up for 40 yards. That can happen easily. I think 1 touchdown right there.
Come on, Jackson.
Yeah, so with that needs Jackson, we're going to talk about the week 3 in review, which at the end is just awful week, and I wouldn't overreact to it, even though I'm starting to in my head, but I'm telling myself don't overreact to it. It's only 1 week. Definitely a lot of buy lows this week. So
people are all over the place.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're up and down every week. It's pretty funny.
What do we always say, Dad? We don't know anything.
We don't know nothing.
No, we're going to be wrong more times than we're right, but we have fun doing this. And if you guys are new, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at JustinFSFF, and go to thequantedge.com and use promo code FSFF to win some money today. You may save some, and then you win some on DraftKings and FanDuel. I have not lost any money at all in the first 3 weeks or DraftKings. I'll take it. I mean, that's
fantastic.
That's good. I haven't really done high stakes like some people may, but if you do a high stakes, I have not lost yet, and I think you can probably win some money using all our tools if you look into it enough. So that sums it up for today's Waiver Wire episode, Dad. We'll be back for week 3 review and trade targets and such with on Thursday.
That's right.
So there it is, and
all right.
We'll see you guys later.
Enjoy, guys.